Please, you have to listen to me because everyone, they have it wrong. Everyone who talks about this, they're missing the part that matters. And I need you to understand before. Just please listen. Look at this photo. It was taken in 2002. A hobby store in Wisconsin during a mid-renovation. You see the yellow walls, the damp carpet, the fluorescent lights, how they're humming above all that empty space. Nobody paid attention to it for 17 years. It just sat there waiting, and then someone posted it with one sentence. If you're not careful and you no-clip out of reality, you end up in the backrooms. People didn't just recognize the photo, they recognized the place. Not clearly, not in a way you could ever explain. More like remembering a smell, a feeling that existed before language could reach it. Like it's always been there, waiting for someone to name it. And when they did, that's when everything went. The post, it came from an unknown user on 4chan. No name, no follow-up, just the photo and that one sentence. I need you to understand what happened next. This is important. Thousands of people from everywhere, they begun writing accounts of being there, not as fiction, not as a joke, as memory. It was the same yellow walls, the same wet carpet smell, the same hum, the same dread of a space that sure contains something. And it doesn't. Nobody was organizing this. Nobody had a reason to agree, but they did agree on everything within months, maps, levels, creatures, survival roles. This was built by strangers who never met, describing the same details with the same terror. That doesn't come from imagination. You have to understand that. That kind of consistency, it only comes from people describing the same thing. And I know how this sounds. Trust me. But please, keep listening. Okay. This is the part that people skip. Or they watch, but they don't really hear it. And I need you to hear this. There was a facilities manager in a decommissioned call center in Ohio. A routine walkthrough, 2 hours in and out. They found him 4 days later in the same building, second floor stairwell, a stairwell that had already been searched repeatedly. Close to starvation, he was confused. He didn't know what happened, and his phone showed he had walked over 60 miles. And that building, it was only 40,000 square feet. He couldn't account for the time. He couldn't remember where he had been, but he remembered one thing. There was something standing at the end of the corridor. And in a heartbeat, he made a decision, without knowing why, not to look at it directly. And somehow, he already understood. He already knew. And he was medically cleared within a week, but he never went back. and nobody ever asked what he saw. Nobody asked. And that's the true problem. Nobody asked because people they don't want to know. And that is exactly the problem. That's why I'm making this video. That's why I'm telling you all of this because somebody has to. The back rooms isn't a place. It's what happens to spaces that were never meant to hold anyone. Airports, hospital corridors, parking structures, malls after closing. These spaces are designed for transit, for passing through. When you're inside one long enough, something happens. The self goes quiet. Time, it softens. You stop recognizing yourself. And that's what the backrooms are. And the scariest part isn't the monsters. It isn't the dark. It isn't the maze. It's the moment you stop wanting to ever leave. The backrooms are built from two things: familiar spaces and the fear of being abandoned inside them. Every account agrees, every single one. The longer you stay, the more it starts to feel like yours. And whatever is in there with you, it isn't chasing you, it's not trying to scare you out, it's just waiting. Because you're already. The walls, they stop feeling wrong. The walls stop. The hum. You have to keep moving. You have to. If you're ever in there, you have to keep. Don't stop moving. Don't let it feel familiar. Don't let it feel like. If you feel like it starts to feel like home, that's when the hum gets quieter. Doesn't it? Doesn't it get quieter? The walls stop filling. Don't stay. Don't stay. Don't stay.